Versatile Mage. Chapter 148. Entering the Unstable University, 2. The summoning element can be called the element that stands out from the rest. The way we conduct our classes is also very different from the others. Basically, it's just having you guys raise your own beast. Other than a couple of important classes per week, you will be nurturing your own summoned beast. If you really are bored and have nothing to do, then you are allowed to go to other elements classes and sit through their lectures, Director Jiang Yunming said. Mo Fan opened his mouth in surprise, but then quickly nodded. This was indeed something he wanted. After all, he was a person who cultivated 4 different elements. He'd only be able to go through them all if he had a flexible schedule. Our institute has always had a special welcome program for the summoning element students. That will be the main thing that you will be facing next. The first 2 to show your exceptional performance will receive a beast refinement blood, Jiang Yunming continued. After he mentioned the beast refinement blood, the 6 summoners began to get excited, their eyes displaying a radiance of thirst. What is a beast refinement blood? Mo Fan weakly asked the short and small boy next to him. You don't know. The short and small boy looked at Mo Fan, suspecting something. It was as though he was saying, "Bro, are you in the wrong element?" The beast refinement blood allows your summoned creature to go through a marrow cleansing. Its strength will substantially increase. This makes it much faster nurturing the beasts compared to using your own magic energy to slowly help them along. Furthermore, it might allow a summoned beast at the peak of the minion level to evolve to the next level. Of course, this possibility is relatively low, Jiang Yunming explained. Mo Fan nodded to show that he understood now. Mr. Jiang, what is this welcome program that you mentioned? How do you distribute the beast refinement blood? How about we all summon our beasts and compare whose is the strongest, and you'll give the blood to the winner? The boy who sat in the very middle with glossy hair asked eagerly. Hi Dafu, rules are not something that you can change. You will soon find out what the welcoming program is. This could possibly make you become the focal point of all of the new students, or make you the laughing stock of the school. Jiang Yunming displayed a rather mysterious smile. He didn't explain to everyone about just what this welcoming program was really about. Mo Fan was also very curious. Just what kind of special welcoming program did they make for the new summoning students? Mo Fan also wanted the beast refinement blood. His own spirit wolf's prowess was actually quite strong, but that was far from enough for Mo Fan. Since there was a blood that could allow it to increase its strength, then he would definitely contend for it. The main reason for entering the school was to contend for resources. The majority of the magic resources were in the hands of major powers. If an impoverished magician like Mo Fan couldn't even fight for the resources in the school, then he would not be able to match up against others. Mo Fan returned to his dorm of fish and dragons, still puzzled about the welcoming program. He sat down on his chair, still pondering over this problem. At this moment, Zhao Manyan across from him suddenly laughed as he said, "Brother Mo Fan, I've heard you summoning element students are in big trouble." Big trouble? What do you mean? Mo Fan didn't understand him. I had heard something from the senior sister. It's the welcoming program, Zhao Manyan told him. I've been puzzled about that. Tell me about it. Mo Fan's eyes shone. He hadn't thought that Zhao Manyan would have such information. It's like this. In the previous seasons, the Pearl Institute would always conduct a beast combat competition during the welcoming meeting. All of the students and teachers will sit in the biggest battle arena of our Azure campus. They will place a monster inside of the cage on the battle arena, and all of the new students are allowed to walk into the cage to battle the creature inside. They'll be demonstrating their strength in front of all the students and teachers of the school, Zhao Manyan said as he filed his nails. Battle monsters. Mo Fan's eyes slowly began to shine. This institute sure is interesting. Not long after school starts, they'll allow others to fight before all students and teachers against a magical beast. That's quite provocative. What kind of magical beast, then? Mo Fan asked. Who said it was going to be a magical beast? Zhao Mannion raised his eyebrow as he continued. You'll fight against a beast, but they'll be using the summoned beasts of you summoners. Mo Fan's mouth instantly turned into an O shape. The other people in the room also looked over. The expressions on everyone's face is different. Shit, isn't the school messing with the summoners? Mo Fan immediately cursed. Ha ha ha, you can only blame yourselves for having the most unique element. I'm actually quite envious of you. You'll be able to display the strength of your summoned beast in front of the entire school. Zhao Mannion laughed. Mo Fan scowled miserably. He finally understood what Jiang Yunming had meant. The entire school was conducting a ceremony where new students battled beasts, and the beasts were their own summoned beasts. How fortunate that the school can think of this kind of tactic to examine the students. When he heard of battling beasts, Mo Fan was actually feeling very happy. It just so happened that he hadn't fought against a magical beast for a long time. However, who knew that it'd be this kind of setup? This was just irritating. It was simply crazy and ridiculous. With this kind of awful program, Mo Fan felt even more puzzled. Only the students with good combat prowess were able to enter the Pearl Institute. There were essentially no existences here that'd go weak on seeing a magical beast. Although his spirit wolf's combat prowess wasn't weak, it couldn't continuously fight against the new students. It seemed like the beast refinement blood wasn't obtained that easily. You'll have to hope for good luck. It's late, I'll go to sleep first. Zhao Mannion patted Mo Fan's shoulders with a gleeful not smile on his face before climbing into bed. Mo Fan's answering smile was all bitterness. Just when he was about to climb into bed, he suddenly realized something. He looked at Zhao Mannion, who was already in his bed, and suspiciously said, "What happened to that fire user?" "He's probably applying for a change of room, nothing important," Zhao Mannion replied indifferently. Mo Fan looked at the other people in the room and realized each of their expressions was strange. It looked like some of them were even scared of Zhao Mannion, and they didn't seem to want to talk about this matter. From the expression of the other three roommates, Mo Fan was able to guess that the matter wasn't as simple as Zhao Mannion made it out to be. This rather astonished him. It seemed like this Zhao Mannion wasn't all just looks. He had quite some ability. Mo Fan didn't continue asking. The biggest complication he had was a question that was giving him a headache. The other 6 summoners didn't seem to be easy to deal with. How could he win against these people and obtain the beast refinement blood? Furthermore, his own little wolf sure seemed pitiful at the moment. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.